Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for having me. The season's over, yet you guys still keep coming hard with the questions, and obviously Q&A couldn't be a thing without questions. I'm not going to sit there and make up questions and ask myself them. So yeah, Friday, as we know, is Q&A day. Deluded good, or whatever you want to call me or refer to me as. I do prefer deluded. I don't know why, but I'm cool with either one. But let's crack on, man. Questions, they are dead handwriting for one of them that I missed out. But yeah, let's crack on. Oh, I got video ideas for a next one on the back, but let's crack on. Chiz asks is, who should be signed to mount a title challenge? Well, without getting into specifics, we need a goalkeeper, a defensive mid, a centre half. If I don't see at least one of them three or two of the three, then you can't really make a case. But away from all of that, if we weren't to sign them, the only way I can look at it is that we need to be galvanised. We need to improve away from home. We need to be galvanised in the sense that there's consistency. We don't... Obviously, everybody wants to win the league, but winning the league is like a lottery. If you asked anyone, do they want to win the lottery or be financially free, which is a better example, they'd say, yeah. If you were to ask people, how much effort are you putting into better your finances, to review your finances, to scrutinise your finances, to try and invest, to try and stop wasting money where you don't need to, the answer would decrease. So by that logic, the players have to be motivated. It's no good be turning up for the occasional Huddersfield, West Ham at home, and Everton and these things. You need to show it at games where the back's against the wall and all of them sort of things. So that's what we need to see. If he was asking me to sign a midfielder, I know he's not a defensive mid, so I sound like a hypocrite, but Lucas Torreira, Uruguayan/Sampdoria international, Sampdoria player. So yeah, that'll be one I'd be going for. I'd love Koulibaly, but we can't afford these players. The players I want, we can't afford, which is why I say scouts, do your job. Because you lot are paid to watch endless matches across the four corners of the world, and you've got a lot of time to review them and them things there. So yeah. I forgot to add the person's username, but someone asked, where can I get your t-shirt? Well, it depends what sort of t-shirt you want. I'm the only one with this one per se, but yeah, for the standard ones, just get me, deludedgooner@gmail.com. Obviously, payments through PayPal and that, and we can see what we can do if you're on it. So yeah, man, just hit me up on my Twitter or my email, like I said, deludedgooner04. But yeah, man, Hala Madrid asks, who do you think is the best commentator in the world, Martin Tyler or Peter Drury? I don't really hear much of Peter Drury because I'm in the UK, so I'm going to go with my man Martin Tyler. Uche asks, should England have an academy like Clairefontaine, the same way the French do? Well, they actually did. I can't remember the name of it, but once upon a time they did. I don't know, Defoe went there. I'm so sure Rio might have had a spell there. Lampard's definitely went there. Sol went there. So I think it was called Lewis or something like that. So there was that before, and you would go, and I know a lot of players would go there and things like that. I don't know. I do think it was slightly different from Clairefontaine, but you could say that should be introduced and could help better English players as a whole. But if we're honest, throughout the age groups, there's an improvement. England are getting to the rounds of competitions and stuff, so maybe I'm reaching on that, but I'd be up for that, bro. So yeah, Angelo asks, what's all the talk about Arteta what? This don't make sense, bro. What's all the talk about Arteta is being a legend? He's no legend. He was a mediocre player and captain, and he'll be a mediocre manager. I don't know who said he's a legend. He's clearly not a legend, but you could say he was a mediocre player, that's fine. You could say he was a mediocre captain, that's fine. But that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be a mediocre manager. And even if he was, it don't bother me. So yeah, he's not contracted by the club. But I'd like to see Man do go as far as they possibly can. So yeah, someone else asks, yo, my G, did you know your boy Kelechi Noakwe is in the Nigerian squad to face Atletico and could go to the World Cup if he impresses? Well, yeah, I did, bro. And then if you saw him against Atletico, I didn't watch the game, but I saw his goal. He's doing all he can to gate crash that, and it would be lovely if the likes of him and Iwobi could go with Nigeria. And what's the young one? Anya, that plays for Chelsea on loan somewhere else. If he could go as well, it'd be lovely for these boys to go and experience the World Cup, man. So yeah, this isn't me. Pardon my language, people. What the fuck are you on about? I can't answer or help you there, mate. I mean, yeah, man, you just need to take a chill pill. You need to get a girl. You need to chat to some girls. You need to get a life. I mean, I'm pretty sure that comment came in the middle of the morning. I mean, you could be trying to better your life. You could be trying to do something to improve yourself, to better someone else. Yet, I'm pretty sure I saw this comment at 3 in the morning. You're chatting nonsense in comments, like. If that doesn't scream an idiot virgin, then I don't know what does. But let's crack on with some sensible questions. Big Zo14 asks, Arteta number 2, build him up to take over? I back this move. In theory, I'd back that move, bro. But for me, if I was Arteta, it's kind of pointless because between, I know they said the same is said about Vieira, but the same is said about Arteta, that he could eventually take over from Pep. Pep signed a new deal till 2021, I believe. It looks like it's going to be his longest spell out of all the clubs he's managed in his, I want to say, short coaching career, because it's actually not that long when you deep how long the man's been coaching, but he's innovative as hell. So I would say, if I was Arteta, I wouldn't be number 2. I mean, you was that close from getting the number 1 job. If I was him, I'd probably look to spread my wings away from City if he deems he can't learn anything anymore and he's ready for that next step. Either if he wants to stay at City, try and become manager of the academy side. I know City have a monopoly of clubs across the 4 corners of the world, New York City and that. I wouldn't necessarily do that route myself, but he could coach there. His native Spain, he must have some contacts, and there must be some clubs in need for a manager. And his agent, if his agent's worth his weight in gold or in salt or whatever the saying is, he should be able to make something happen, really and truly. Like, he should be able to do something. But if I was Arteta, I wouldn't want to be number 2 anymore. There's no rush, but I'd want to get my feet wet as a manager, to be fair. But from a selfish Arsenal point of view or selfish City point of view, if I was a City fan, of course you'd want that, to be fair. Next question. Jordan Julius asks, my man, he's always commenting, shout to you, bro. Deluded, I hear you, my guy. I just hope Emery comes and does a mad thing for Arsenal. One question, though. Do you think that this is a long-term appointment or one to steady the ship for a couple of years until someone like Vieira, Henry, or even Arteta is ready? Bro, it's a bit of both, to be fair. We need someone to steady the ship. We need someone that's going to galvanise, that's going to make us intense in and out of possession and all of these things. He's worked under tight constraints, more so Seville. So you could say it's steadying the ship to enable another manager to come in and have a better thing to work with. But you could also say this is long term. He's like, 46? He's previously spoken at coaching conventions about how all managers, envy what Fergie and Wenger had. Now, he didn't directly say, I want to stay at a club for 22 years. But, I mean, if it works out, why would he want to leave? He's playing in the Premier League, managing in the Premier League, He could build his squad and them sort of things. So you could say it is a bit of both, bro, to be fair with you. Because he's got age on his side. He's 46, forgive me if I'm wrong. That's a long time, long time. So if it depends how long he wants to stay here, man, to be fair. It depends. And another thing for me is Wenger's not here. I said this before, Wenger's not here. For all his shortcomings, we're going to see what the board and what people really are, because there's no hiding behind anything. And Unai Emery, he may get frustrated if he was promised certain things in a year or 2 from now and they're not delivered. He's not attached to Arsenal like that, like Wenger was. It was his love child sort of thing. So yeah, good question, bro. H-Way TV asks, capable coach, but the real question is, why has Czech been given number 1? Which defenders are we buying? I wish I knew. I see us linked with a new defender from Koulibaly down to the young Turkish international that plays for Freiburg. So I need to see a centre-half. I don't know why Czech's become number 1. I hope we sign a keeper. No disrespect to Czech, to be fair to him. But yeah, man, I don't know. Mark P asks, would you rather win the Champions League or the Premier League first? Now, that's a difficult question. I'm going to say Champions League first, without a doubt. Champions League, biggest cup competition there is, excluding the World Cup, at least at domestic club level. Well, it's not really domestic, it's kind of international, but you get what I mean. From a manager's point of view, I'd love to win the Champs, but if I look at it from a logical point of view, as a manager, you'd want to win the league first and then conquer Europe, because to a degree, can you really conquer Europe without winning domestic league titles? I know Real Madrid might be an exception to the rule in a couple other cases there, but yeah, I went off topic there. Just to answer your question simply, I'd say Champions League. Antonio Bangkok says, what do you think about the footballing philosophy of Arteta? Bro, I don't know it at the end of the day. I can only assume that because he's Spanish, because he's friends with Xabi Alonso, because he's come from an illustrious academy, he's played in Scotland, he's played in France, he's played in England, he's played in Spain, different countries, different things he might have picked up. Obviously, he has his own way of working, and he's obviously played under Wenger and coached with Pep and improved players. So that's all good stuff. So I do think he played progressive football, an intense brand of football, similar to a lot of Spanish managers. But I don't actually know until the man manages a game, bro. I don't know, because all of this could be completely different. I strongly doubt what I'm about to say, but he could line up his football team and just want to play long balls over the top, nothing else. No football, completely different to what we expected. So until he manages, I don't know. But that's my opinion until we get that, bro. And I hope I've given you an answer. Bashir Ahmed asks, no comment on the FA Cup. That's deep. I commented on the FA Cup. Congratulations to Chelsea. I must say, question marks have to be asked of United, because bar the opening a couple stages where they were getting into the game, there was no real intensity in the passing like it's a cup final. But yeah, moving on. Mohammed asks, is Socrates not decent? He's decent. He can claim to be consistent and he's a steady Eddie, but I've seen a lot of mistakes from him. And if I'm honest, for 20 million, for a 29-year-old, not on an ages thing, when we really need that outstanding quality, I'd rather our scouts just do our jobs, to be fair, rather than sign players that are going to be a bit iffy and we might have to move on soon. It don't make sense. But I'm welcome to be proved wrong if he comes and does his thing. And on current form, he walks into the side because Koscielny's not fit and he was poor prior to his injury. Hopefully, speedy recovery. And we all saw Mustafi last year. So, yeah. Finally, Amit, forgive me if I said it wrong, asks, I want him to play a 4-3-3 with a false 9 with Aubameyang on the left, Fekir as a forward and Malcolm on the right. We need to get rid of Ozil, in my opinion, as he can't track back and he isn't strong enough, so he can't play centre mid. What formation do you think we should play and what players do you think we should put in? As for players, 4-3-3. I'm not going to sit here and name all the players, but I completely disagree. The likes of Mesut Ozil has to be there. Aubameyang plays through the middle. Him and Lacazette have to alternate. We're not going to get Fekir. That's not a story. 50 million minimum to even be in talks with the man. We've got 50 million in our budget. That's not going to happen, bro. But yeah, man, I would love Malcolm too, but it's not going to happen. Love to be wrong on that, but yeah, man, that would be my answer. Guys, deluded, get in the comments, subscribe and do the rest. Thank you very much for watching. It means a lot. I'm out.